Correspondent, news senior correspondent Tom Brokaw. Tom, good morning. It sickens me to say that these days we're used to covering mass murders. But take me back to 1969 when this happened, and 70 when the trial occurred. What are your most vivid memories?
My very vivid memory is being in the newsroom on a Saturday morning, catching up on some stuff, and Jack Perkins came and said, God, there's a big murder up in the hills. And about 5 minutes later, he said it was Sharon Tate. And then the next night, the LaBiancas were killed. And then that was the beginning of chaos. But Matt, in the context of what was going on in 1969, we had 500,000 people in Vietnam. It turns out Richard Nixon had a secret invasion of Cambodia going on. The Black Panthers were at their apogee at that point. We had Give Peace a Chance by Yoko Ono. Teddy Kennedy drove off the bridge in Chappaquiddick and killed the young woman who was with him. It was utter chaos, and that fell in 1968. So we were rocking and rolling. And the thing that I really remember is that Squeaky Fromm sat vigil during the trial. I was a White House correspondent in Sacramento. Suddenly, Gerald Ford is on the rope line. There's chaos. Gun. I look up, and there she was, Squeaky Fromm. I was the only one who knew who she was. The Secret Service agent took her off the side. Everybody else, I kept yelling at her, who are you? I want to be sure. She said, it didn't go off. It didn't go off. She damn near killed the President of the United States. Larry Boondoff, the Secret Service agent, got his hand over the breach and saved him.
And you had seen her at the Manson trial. I mean, you talk about the Saturday morning in the newsroom and finding out. And then when it turns out it's Charles Manson and a bunch of young people who, as you were just saying, look like high school kids.
It did, but it was also a time when the haze of LSD and marijuana and a lot of hallucinogenics were all over California. Later, I found out Robert Mitchum had some kids who lived down by the beach that I kind of knew from my days down there, and they knew about him because he was around at Beans and other things with his kind of craziness, and they all knew about him. But no one expected it to happen like this. But again, you had on the one hand the rise of Ronald Reagan, and on the other hand the rise of the Panthers. It was a chaotic time in America. It really was.
Can you explain a little bit? I mean, he horrified most people in those rambling interviews that we saw him give, but he also fascinated people, and I'm not sure yet why.
I'm not sure why either, Matt. He was a truly evil, dark person. And I always believed he knew exactly what he was doing. He was playing with us in that way. You know, he was getting back at the establishment for whatever it was. And the guys and the young men and women around him all looked like they were going to the junior prom, but they came from very dysfunctional families in many instances. So it was as wacky as we are living through now. That was a really discombobulating time.
Tom Brokaw, who covered the crimes and the trial for us here at NBC. Tom, good to see you. Thanks.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Ian.
Turning now to the growing